Welcome to my Becoming a Millionaire series where I walk you through how to become a millionaire step by step. And to be clear, I'm not a millionaire yet, but I am a millionaire in training, okay? So you're going to join this journey with me, and in the midst of it, I feel like you're going to be inspired to become a millionaire as well. So in this video, I'm going to define what a millionaire is, what debt has to do with becoming a millionaire, define what millionaire status looks like for me, and highlight some habits that I'm adapting to make that happen. So this is going to be a monthly update. You're going to be on this journey with me. And again, I want us all to start normalizing more millionaires that look like us, okay? So before I get into it, hey girl, hey, my name is Jocelyn and I'm the founder of Maximize Money, where I encourage 9-to-5 earning women how to create their dream lives with the income that they already earn so that they can do more of what they love without trading their time for it. And so I have tons of resources on my website and stuff like that. But again, we talk about millionaire status, okay? And I was so inspired to do this by watching Aaron on Demand's kind of Millionaire by 31 journey. I'm past 31. That's not my reality anymore. But I want to become a millionaire in the next 13 years. So pedal to the metal, okay? So let's just get into it. What is a millionaire? Let's define what a millionaire is. A millionaire is a person who has assets that are worth $1 million or more. And that is not someone, I want to clarify, that earns $1 million a year. It's truly their assets, their real estate, their stock portfolio, their, Bitcoin. It could be anything. And I like to clarify that because I feel like for so long I thought it was somebody that was earning $1 million every single year. And that's just not the majority of us. Most people, as I'm doing my research, I'm realizing most people become a millionaire in one of two ways, real estate or, investing in the stock market, or honestly a combination of both. You really have to be diversified. That's something I've learned very, very quickly. And yeah, I'm diversifying my strategy and my goals as well. So point 2 is, can you become a millionaire and still have debt? And the answer is yes, you can. In fact, a lot of millionaires actually, use debt to reach that status. And when I say that can be, them borrowing money, i.e. a mortgage to purchase, real estate, or borrowing against an existing home to purchase a new property or rehab their property. So yeah, you can become a millionaire, but the reality is, most millionaires, based on my research, specifically, 3/4 of millionaires have never actually carried a debt. They haven't carried like a credit card balance or any major balance with their debt, which was shocking to me because I feel like, how the heck are these people becoming millionaires, unless they don't invest in real estate? Like, who has a bunch of money to have 10 properties with no overhead, with no mortgage? I just don't understand. I have a mortgage on my place, so that was just news to me. But on the flip side of that, it says that 94% of the people, that have reached millionaire status live on less than what they make, which means that they are living below their means, which is good news to me because I try my best to live below my means. Some months I don't hit it, but most months I do, and that's why it's so important to track your money. I have a whole free spending plan template linked in the description below, and I use that and I examine every month like what my money looks like because it differs from month to month, so I have to be diligent, and so what millionaire status looks like for me is essentially, what I desire to do and why I desire to become a millionaire is I really want to normalize like a regular, schmegular, inner city raised, public school educated, HBCU alumna status black girl. You feel me? Like, I feel like it really wasn't until this year that I met millionaires. Like, regardless of the color of their skin, they just happen to be this color, amen. And that just really inspired me because like I had so many questions about like, how did you do it? Like, what does it look like for you? And they were like, girls, honestly not that hard. And they were like, honestly, like, you don't need to aim for a millionaire status because that's not gonna mean much by the time you're 50, you're 60. You need to aim for multi-millionaire status. And so I do have my FIRE number, which is financial independence, retire early. Like, that's the number that I need to have in assets to be able to live the life that I desire to live comfortably. Like, I live a good life now and I want my life to get better as I mature in age. And so just being able to have that open dialogue with people that are freaking millionaires, I just was like, oh my God, God is so good. Thank you for alignment and opportunity and placing people on my path to make me think bigger. Because for me, it's not about just hoarding all this money. And I feel like that's what people associate millionaires with. That like, oh, they, are menaces to society and all this other stuff. And honestly, the millionaires I met, you wouldn't even know they're millionaires, baby. Okay? You would not know that they are millionaires. And that is the sweetest thing ever, because true wealth is silent. Like, that's something I've recognized as I've just continued to study this whole world of like financial freedom. Yes, I feel like I'm beyond financial freedom. I'm at financial independence. I want to be able to do what I want to do when I want to do it and not worry about money. And I feel like I have the basics of financial freedom down, financial foundations down. Now it's like, how can I use my money to create my dream life? I want that for y'all, but I'm also on my own journey. And this is why I'm doing my Becoming a Millionaire series. And I'm breaking down step by step of what I'm doing. And so I just want to normalize it. And I want to be an example of people who felt like they never desired to be millionaires, but now they do. They desire to do it. And it's because they see somebody who looks like them that's making it happen for themselves. And so, again, the goal for me isn't to hoard money. The goal for me is to be able to do what I want to do when I want to do it and not worry about money, and know that that money is in assets. They're in multiple assets that I can pull from, and not feel like I have to be on a job if I don't want to be. I have to show up somewhere if I don't want to. Like, even with Maximize Money, like, I'm still gonna be running this thing when I hit millionaire status, but like, whenever I want to take a break, I can take a break and not feel like, oh, like my lifestyle is going to decrease. Or if I leave my job, oh, I'm not going to be able to pay my bills. Like, that's what it means to me to be a millionaire, is to know that like I did strategic moves with my money, and now my money is allowing me to do what I want. But it takes diligence. So that's why I want to talk about, how I want to reach millionaire status. And it's two things: real estate, which is obviously our homes and things like that, but also stocks. And so real estate is going to represent a small portion, because the only thing that I'm going to have for the foreseeable future is the home that I'm in right now. Like, I'm not looking to have 10 properties. Like, that used to be something I thought I wanted, but now I'm like, one is enough. I don't know how people have 10, 20, like, granted, you have property managers, and the more you have, the more you can systematize, but I'm like, one is enough, okay? One is enough. I want to be able to leave the States and take a trip and not stress about if somebody gonna call me because the plumbing is off. Granted, I don't have that issue now. Like, I've had a few issues with, because I rent out this place as well. That's a separate story, okay? I make money on my place. I rent out my place. But I've had rare instances where I wasn't here and they were like, hey, boom, boom, pow. Like, I've always jumped into action. I've always, been very apologetic, and I've always had good tenants. I'm so thankful, and that just speaks to me being a good person. Granted, just because you're a good person don't mean you meet nice people. But anyway, it's worked for me. Everybody that I've had in my place has taken care of it like it's their own, and I'm just so grateful to God, because I've heard some negative stories, and that's why I was so against renting for so long. But I'm thankful, and I'm excited about what it looks like for next year, okay? So, real estate, small portion of that. I do desire to have a place overseas one day, but that's not priority, okay? By then, I want to be able to buy the place in the majority cash, if not all cash, and I'm nowhere near that right now. I don't want to take out no more mortgages, and if I do, it's going to be a small mortgage, okay? One mortgage is enough. But the majority of how I'm going to, reach millionaire status is through stocks and bonds. Which includes ETFs, index funds, all the things, okay? I'm big on that. Like, I track my net worth, and I'm actually 24% to my goal of millionaire status, which is very exciting, and it's because I've been serious about tracking my numbers. The way that I track my expenses on my free spending plan template is how I'm tracking my net worth, how I'm tracking my investments, and I did not do that before this year, y'all. I just left it to chance. I didn't know what was in my 401k. I didn't know what was in my Roth. But now I'm like, every month I'm checking in. I'm like, okay, boom, I made this in dividends. Boom, I got this in my balance. This is my balance in my investment portfolio. Like, I know everything. And it makes me feel more empowered. And it makes me feel like, girl, you can do this. If you're already at 24% and you weren't even tracking it, and now you're actually diligently tracking it, and your stock portfolio in your Roth IRA is up 30% year over year, like, imagine if you get more diligent, because that was just with me. Like, this was the first year I actually maxed out my Roth IRA. Like, all them other years, I would just drop little pennies here and there. Not pennies, but like dollars here and there. But now I'm like, every month, like, it's on my spending plan. And once I put that aside, once I put aside my savings, once I put aside which is my emergency savings. Like I'm working towards having a year's worth of expenses in my emergency savings. The reason I want to do that is because I've been laid off before, and it took me 8 months to find a new job, and that was when the market wasn't as bad. The market is very bad now. So like, God forbid, I don't want to lose my job, because my job is a part of my retirement plan, okay? But if it ever happened again, I don't want to say I'll be okay, but like, I will be okay. But I would not want to be without a job, okay? I don't know how people just willingly quit their jobs. I'm not there yet. I don't want to be there ever. Thank you for my job, God. But yeah, I feel like I've been laid off before, and I would never want to put my livelihood in the hands of someone else. It's so funny because I was talking to my mom about basically, let me tell you what she said first. She was like, never depend on anyone for the things that you need. And this was about a flat iron, because as you can see, my hair it's just poofing up. Like, I don't wear my hair straight a lot because I'm a natural 4C girly. Like, my hair does not stay straight, but like, whatever. I'm just thugging through it. So essentially, it was about a flat iron. I asked her if she had one I could borrow, and she was like, no. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to go get one. And then she was like, never depend on anybody for the things that you need. I'm like, anyway, girl, whatever. So yeah, that was what she said, and it just, she said it and I was irritated, but then I was like, this is a life lesson. Let me just accept this and apply it to many other areas of my life. And so I don't want to rely on a job. My job is a means to an end right now. I'm thankful for my job. I have a wonderful supervisor, a solid team, but I wake up every day and thank God that my computer still works, that I can log in, that I have a check coming in consistently. But I know what it's like not to have that. So I'm very diligent about how I spend my money. I'm very diligent about having emergency savings, because you never know what the future holds. And so how I plan to reach it is, again, my real estate, just this house for now. Things may change in the future. Maybe I hit a lick. I do got some big stuff coming up this year, but that money will go to other things. I'm focused on paying down this mortgage so I can increase my net worth, but also the majority of my wealth and net worth will come from stocks and bonds, which includes, again, ETFs, index funds, all the things. And so I'm very diligent with my 401k. I do the 401k and match at my job. I'm very diligent with maxing out my Roth IRA. I'm very diligent with maxing out my health savings account. And if you don't know, you can, use a portion of your HSA to invest in, the stock market. Now, you have to have a high deductible health plan, but this is another benefit of being a 9-to-5 employee. Like, most people feel like you got to be an entrepreneur to do this, but like, I'm going to normalize that you could become a millionaire with your 9-to-5, and your employer can help you do it. Okay, so if you want me to do a video on HSA accounts, and how I'm able to invest with my portion with my HSA, then let me know, comment below, and if I see it enough times, I'll prioritize that. But yeah, I'm also running Maximize Money, so baby, money is coming from this too. So I'm just having multiple streams, and I'm using that to invest. I'm putting that into things that's gonna make me more money. And so the majority of my wealth will come from stocks and bonds, and I chose that because I want to be able to pick up and go whenever. I want to be able to say, I don't want to go live in Colombia for 6 months and not feel like I gotta be here because I got all these properties. Like, no, I have a system for this place. When I'm not here and I'm renting it out, like, it's running. We got a system. And again, I'm so thankful. I've had nothing but great tenants. God is so good. I don't take that for granted. Okay, so let's talk about how I plan to reach millionaire status, multimillionaire status. And that is number one, tracking my net worth. I have a whole tracking template that I use. I'm a template girl. I revisit it every single month. Two is that, and that's how I know that I'm 24% to my goal. And the goal is to get to 100%, obviously. But I'm 24% there, and tracking my money every month just reminds me, because sometimes I feel like I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, but then I look at my net worth and I'm like, girl, you killing it, okay? You killing it. Most people ain't even looking at this, So yeah. Two is that I am, taking a break or getting rid of my vices, because I need my energy for other things, and I need to be clear-minded, sober-minded, so that I can hear from God and not be in my feelings or feel like I'm doing everything else or doing other things that God hasn't called me to do. So what that means from an example perspective is that I like to take long breaks from drinking alcohol. I'm a cocktail girly. I love me a good glass of wine. I love me a good glass of Prosecco. I love me a good lemon drop, okay? But, and I love me a good margarita, and I make good drinks. That's the thing. If I didn't make good drinks, I don't think I would drink as much, because it's not like I'm going out and buying drinks every day, but like it could be a Tuesday and I could have made tacos. I'm like, oh, I want a margarita. And boom, I got a bar right here, and now I'm making margaritas, and now I'm not doing the work that I said I was gonna do, because now I'm in my feelings, or now I'm watching TV, or now I'm distracted. So it's like, that's what I mean by advice. Granted, I could live without alcohol, but like I recently just finished a 30-day kind of, I don't want to call it a fast, but I guess it is a fast, where I took a break from like drinking, and the mental clarity that you get from doing that is insane. You know, like I felt like I slept better. I was able to get more stuff done. Like I had 2 bids that I was working on, 2 contracts, you know, with the company that I was working on, and I finished both of them. Like I just started setting stuff up for the bid. Like I just had more energy. My clarity was strong. I was able to hear from God on stuff. Like I just felt so good. And so like I'm gonna re-implement that. It's over now, you know. I had me a margarita yesterday. But I'm gonna definitely implement that more into my year, throughout the year, because the mental clarity you get is so great. And I feel like I need my energy to focus on stuff that matters. If I'm drinking, then it's resulting in 1 or 2 things. I'm about to go to sleep, because I be sleepy anyway. So all that does is put me to sleep quicker. I'm in my feelings, so I might be texting somebody I don't need to text, calling somebody I don't need to call, or I don't know, just distracted. And that's just not what I want. So I like to take breaks or get rid of my vices. So that's one vice I'm taking a break from, or I have taken a break from. The other vice that I feel like I've probably completely let go is of smoking. Like I'm a, weed girl, and I never was an everyday kind of smoker. I do know people who are everyday smokers. I'm not that. Like I only really smoke on 2 occasions, and that's when I'm on vacation, or like I'm back home in Cali. And if you've ever had Cali weed, you kind of understand where I'm coming from, okay? However, I am going to challenge myself the next time I go home not to have, not to partake, even though it's legal there, because I feel like it makes me hungry. And if one of my goals is to better my health, then I shouldn't be smoking. Like smoking just relaxes me. Baby, soda's bad. Like we don't have to resort to smoking. Again, it's not something that I need. Like if I had to never smoke for the rest of my life, I think I'd be okay. It's been a good 4 months since I've smoked anything. And the last time I smoked, it was with my cousin, who's a little smoky. She smokes every day. So like she was with me and she had some smoke. And so of course I smoked with her. Granted, I wasn't working, like I was off, like we were just literally enjoying ourselves. But like I don't really have a desire to smoke like that. And I gave up edibles, baby, after I nearly died, okay? I haven't had an edible in over a year. And I don't plan on having one. I was really just a smoker, but I don't really need that. Another thing that I'm doing is really optimizing my routines. There's a thing such as a morning routine, there's an evening routine, there's a workout routine, there's a meal prep routine, there's a paycheck routine. And I don't think people talk enough about having a paycheck routine. And it's so funny because as I continue to work with my clients, if you're interested in becoming a client, baby, click the link in the description. But like the one thing that they struggle with is that they don't have a plan for their money. They just spend it low-key before it hits their account, or they don't really break up their paycheck in ways that fit the life that they desire to live. So that's why I created the paycheck routine. They already had access to it because we literally were working one-on-one, but like it's literally my 5-step routine that can help you reach whatever your goal is. When they work with me, they usually have one big goal. They want to be able to purchase their home, they want to be able to pay down debt, they want to be able to increase their savings. And so you have to structure your money, you have to structure your paycheck in a way that fits that goal. And they always used to feel like I don't have enough money, or like my money is already gone, it's already allocated to all these other things. And I forced them to be like, okay, let's look at where it's going. You saying it's gone, let's look at where it's going. So I put all of that into the paycheck routine. It's literally 5 steps, and I highlight just different ways to kind of automate that process of reaching your goals. So if you want to save more, I talk about all the different accounts that can help you save more on top of what you're already saving without you having to do anything about it. If you want to pay off your debt, I talk about the 2 different ways that you can pay off your debt and how to automate it from paycheck to paying off that debt. And I also break down like how much you're paying in interest just by carrying debt balances. That can be student loans, that can be credit cards, that can be your car note. Like the longer you carry your debt, the more you're paying interest to somebody else. And that interest that you're paying, that debt that you have is funding their lifestyle, you know, like, and once I broke down those numbers for them, they were like, wait, I only owed $20,000, but now I owe $25,000 because I haven't paid it off. Like, let's pay this off, you know? So like I dive into all of that and how to use certain accounts and different systems to actually reach that main goal that you have. So that's linked in the description. You can grab that immediately because I poured my heart and soul in it. And shout out to my clients for having the same issues that helped me to create this so that everybody has access to it, whether you're a client or not. Another thing that is very important to me is taking calculated risk. And so what this looks like is being able to do what I need to do and move how I need to move without feeling like I have to know the whole plan. For me, like, I'm a planner. I'm a doer. I'm an executioner. Is that a word? I don't know. But anyway, I make things happen, okay? But I've learned I used to be the person who felt like I needed to know everything. But now I don't. I'm like, if God gave me the word, I go after it. Same thing with this paycheck routine. Like, I didn't want to create that. But I was like, people keep asking me the same thing over and over. Like, let me just make it simple so that everybody has access to it. Because people feel like they don't have enough money to pay off their debt. They feel like they don't have enough money to save after they pay all their bills. And actually, you do. It's just about having a paycheck routine, you know? So God said to do it. And I was like, boom, let me just do it. And I knocked it out in like a day. Because all the knowledge was already in my head. I had it from working with clients. And now it's just something that's easily accessible to everyone. So if you feel like I don't have enough money, or you feel like I'm never going to pay off my debt, or you feel like I'm living paycheck to paycheck, this, you know, paycheck routine, I call it the perfect paycheck routine checklist. It's going to help you get you together because you actually have more money than you think. It's just going to areas that you don't know about. It's money leaks. That's what I call them to my clients. So I'm taking calculated risks. You know, I just got certified in my business. So now I can do business with a whole nother sector. Like, again, I've submitted 2 contracts for like stuff that's way beyond where my business is, and I don't care. I'm like, baby, if we're gonna do it, let's do it. And stuff just started aligning. Like, I found a mentor. Like, I have all these resources that just started falling in my lap just because I've decided to do the thing. So bet on yourself, baby. Bet on yourself. I didn't have to pay for none of the certifications. I just got accepted into this other program that's gonna help me with my business, like, and it was free, and I'm getting paid to be a part of the program. I'm just like, look at God, like, look at God. I'm just so thankful. So you gotta bet on yourself. You gotta take calculated risks. The worst place to be next year is in the same place that you were this year, and I always try to remind myself of that. And finally, I like to remind myself, sorry y'all, I just feel like my hair is poofing up, and I hate that for me. I feel like the final thing that I want to highlight is that, you know, I don't want to have to show up for my money. And what that means is that you can work until you're 70, or you can decide to make strategic moves with your money right now. And that's what I mean by making work optional. So like, even with my business, for the most part, I have to show up. When it comes to my 9 to 5, I have to show up. And I want to have a day, I want to normalize a world for myself and my homegirls and you know, even if I don't know who you are watching, where like, you don't have to show up to make money. You know, like, and if you do, it's showing up in a way that fits your purpose, fits your values, fits your passions. Like, we weren't meant to just make somebody else rich, which is why I'm anti-debt for the most part. Unless that debt is making you money, I'm anti-debt. Granted, we all need, not everybody, depending on where you live. The majority of us need cars. The majority of us, depending on what you do, you may need a degree, which may require student loan debt. But like, carrying that forever is just forcing you to fund somebody else's lifestyle. Like, I'm not kidding when I say that, because that's essentially what debt is doing. Like, it's needed for a lot of things, but it's not needed for everything. And I feel like Americans, and I'm American, but like, we have just normalized carrying debt. Like, and that's why I'm so thankful to travel, because you see other people that like go in and buy a place. They go in and start a business. Like, there is no bank, you know, and that's why I love my like methodology around like saving and paying off debt, because I haven't had to borrow money from a bank. I haven't had to borrow money from anybody since I bought this house, and that was years ago. Like, I don't owe on my car. I don't owe on no student loans, like, because I got tired of owing people. And it's like, my money will never be my money as long as I owe y'all, you know, even if I decide not to pay it. At some point, I'm going to have to deal with it, or at some point, it's going to impact my lifestyle. And that's why I got serious about it, because I couldn't even buy my house. I had more debt than income, and the lenders wasn't messing with me, you know? So like, I don't believe in carrying around debt if it ain't making you money. And I don't believe in not having savings. Like, your savings eventually becomes your debt so that you can fund your dreams. If you want to move somewhere, you have the money. You ain't got to take out no loan for that. If you want to go buy a new car, even though a car is a lot of money, I mean, that's a case-by-case basis. If I needed to buy a car tomorrow, I actually do have enough money to buy it in cash, but I wouldn't. I would have to make a plan, though, to say, okay, I'm going to get this car, but I'm not going to have a car note for longer than a year. Like, I don't believe in carrying around unnecessary debt. So I don't want to show up to have to make money, and I don't want you to have to show up to have to make money. So like, our money needs to be working for us, which is why I'm so diligent about investing. I'm so diligent about paying down my mortgage, because my mortgage, once this house is paid off, that's going to free up a lot of money. That's my biggest expense right now, is this house. And for most of us, our biggest expense is our, you know, housing, our wherever you live. And so I want to decrease that as I increase my net worth through my stocks. And baby, y'all ain't gonna tell me nothing, okay? Y'all ain't gonna tell me nothing. So that's it. That's this first video of becoming a millionaire and how to become a millionaire step by step. Again, this is gonna be a monthly video, and I'm just gonna be highlighting from month to month the things that I'm learning, the things that I'm applying, and like what's been working and probably what's not been working. And you know, let me know what other things you have, what you want to learn about based on what I shared. Comment below. Please like, comment, and subscribe, y'all. Like, I'm really trying to grow the channel. I really want to expand my reach this year, and I feel like the more that you share the videos, share the content, especially if you gain value for it. If you ain't gain no value, baby, you ain't got to do nothing. But if you gain value from it, if you've learned something from it, please comment below. Please like, share, you know, subscribe, you know, engage with me. I engage back, you feel me? So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you on the next video. And let's get this money, baby. Let's get this money. I don't want us to be in the same place next year. So let's celebrate our wins. Let's celebrate our lessons, and let's move forward in faith. See you on the next one.